Texas boxing scene is here with Abel Mendoza, the undefeated. We'll call you featherweight. I know you can fight a couple different weight classes, but we'll call you featherweight. Abel Mendoza with a victory in his home back in Midland, Texas, in West Texas. Congratulations on the win. And how would you rate your performance, Abel?
Thank you for having me, first of all. And my performance, it wasn't my best. Maybe, a few things that I got to work on. I'd say a seven. A seven.
What could you have done better? Like, what did you go back, you watch your performance, say, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z better. What do you
Uh,
think you need to do better?
I just wasn't 100%. My mental, my mental state wasn't 100%. I had to do a lot of stuff on the promoting part. Of course, I'm all about setting out arenas, and um, I really was the only fighter on the card that made the show happen. I mean, without
Yeah.
me, there would be no people. Um, but I'm just grateful that the event went through. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Um, it was promoted by Elite Fight Promotions. They're based out of Amarillo, and they're doing good things in Texas, so that's good. And we're gonna keep going.
Um, so obviously it was the first time back fighting in West Texas, first time in a while. How did it feel, and how was the crowd, and how was the atmosphere, and how did it feel to be fighting back at home?
I felt great, I felt awesome having my family, my friends, uh, people that I went to school with, classmates. It's awesome. It's a great feeling being able to fight at home and being able to perform at my home. It's great.
I wanted to ask you about that, right? Because you mentioned that you had the West Texas Warrior Michael Dutch over working with you, working with conditioning. First, how did that go, and how did you and Mike work together, and how did all that go, and how's that relationship?
Me and Michael have known each other since we're kids. We travel together, we train together, um, and we've always, I've stayed at, when I was a kid, I'd stay at his house right before leaving to a big tournament. I'd come into town and welcome me into his home. So I've known Michael for a long time. You know, and he has a lot of experience. He knows what he's doing, and it was good. It was awesome work.
I wanted to ask you that, right? Because you guys both from West Texas. It's all love, so there's no like kind of rivalry. Who's going to get to a world title first? It's all love. You guys are tight.
Yeah, I mean, I show love to everybody.
Yeah,
There's all the pros here. I support every single pro fighter, whether they hate me or they don't. I support even the amateurs. You
yeah,
know, uh, coaches, everybody. I'm all about support and supporting local.
absolutely, and that's good to see. And the West Texas boxing scene is doing well. Um, so I want to ask you about your opponent because you said you gave yourself a seven, but your opponent Alan Luques is a good fighter. We talked about he fought Jordan Gill, he fought Diego De La Hoya, Javier Chacon. He's been in tough. He's been in with good fighters. Like I said, his fight with Jordan Gill ended in a headbutt. Fight got stopped. I think it was the end of the third round. But Jordan Gill, who's a highly touted guy with Matchroom, was losing the fight. I know it was only 3 rounds and he could have changed things, but I mean, that's a high level prospect he was beating. So, what was it like being in with a savvy pro like that? And kind of walk us through that. What did he offer, and how would you kind of rate your opponent? And did he give you anything you really hadn't seen before?
Um, he was really, he had like that Maidana style. He was always there, put a lot of pressure. Um, wasn't really too much. It wasn't really too bad. Uh, but he was a good fighter. He had a lot of experience, and they I afterwards talked to him about the Jordan Gill fight. They said no, they try to get the rematch, but they wouldn't want the rematch at all. And it's crazy.
Yeah, and it was a draw. It was a technical draw, right? No contest or whatever.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it would
So
have, yeah,
Eddie Hearn he's not going to put his guy back in the ring. I mean, it's even if he beats him, so what, right? And if he loses to him in a rematch, that's going to set Jordan Gill's career back. So I mean, just from a promotional standpoint, Eddie Hearn's not going to do that. So, but I mean, did that give you confidence? I mean, you beat a guy who gave Diego De La Hoya trouble. You beat it. You fought a guy that arguably beat Jordan Gill, a highly touted prospect. You say, okay, that kind of cements me. Like I'm not a prospect anymore. Like I'm a contender. If I disposed of a guy like
yeah,
that's
yeah. I think I'm hoping that I get an opportunity soon because, like I said, it's only a matter of time. We're only going to get better, and hopefully, they give me an opportunity.
was there. Was this the most you've been tested so far in the ring as a professional? Is this the
Uh,
toughest fight you've had as a professional?
I'd like to think so. I just, like I said, I wasn't 100% there.
Right.
So I think if I would have been at 100%, uh, I think I would have just easily, I would have easily taken care of this opponent. I mean, I believe I would have knocked him out.
So he didn't. I mean, he was tough and it's a good fight, but he didn't really give you anything you weren't ready for or
Yeah,
hadn't seen before.
yeah, it wasn't really anything I haven't seen before. He was good. I mean, he did kind of, he was kind of a little awkward
Yeah.
uh, in some ways, but really wasn't too bad.
So it is a good win over an opponent. Like I said, we've seen on TV before. Someone we're familiar with, especially in the boxing community. So where does this put you now? And where do you kind of we talked last night. You want the big names. You want Mares and Miguel Flores, and you want those names. Do you think this performance, a win over a name like that, gets you closer to a fight like that? Gets you closer to those elite names?
It's who knows. I think it's I think it's still I don't know. I really don't know. Hopefully it does. Um, I mean, they gotta reckon. Like I said earlier in the previous interview, if I get to 50 80 they're gonna
They're
have
gonna have to see you at some point. At a certain point, your record just gets too shiny, right? And someone's
to.
gonna want to say, "I can take that over him. I'll take the O from him," right?
Yeah,
And you'll get that opportunity. You've been close before. Your name has been in the mix with some of the biggest names in your weight class and around your weight class. So your time is coming, right? I mean, you're kind of just entering your physical prime. Um, so I mean, it's not like you're 30. If you were 35, this would be a totally different conversation, right? But you still have your whole prime ahead of you, right? Like you're 26 now.
yeah, 26. So and we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep fighting. I plan on fighting uh, next month, and I plan on staying busy. I don't plan on taking a break. So
Okay.
I want to stay busy, stay active, and just keep fighting, and try and get as many fights as I can this year.
So you do plan on seeing being back in the ring again at least once this year? Like you do,
I hopefully twice,
hopefully twice.
twice,
Staying busy. Well, what is your record now? 35, 36? What is it? 36?
35.
35 and 0. 35 and 0. At a certain point, they're gonna have to see you, right? I mean, you're gonna be, the win. Obviously, do you take this as a major accomplishment? To beat a fighter that's been in so tough and been in with so many good fighters. It's like kind of a feather in your hat. Like, okay, like I can kind of, you know,
Yeah.
this is an accomplishment. Like beating this guy's an accomplishment.
Not really. Not really. I mean, yeah, he's been in there with tough guys, but there's still a lot more to prove. I really don't feel accomplished. I still want to, I don't think I'll feel accomplished until I become a world champion. That's really when I'll be like, okay, I accomplished something, I did something.
I like the lofty goals. I like that. Kobe Bryant said when they're up 2-0 in the finals, job's not finished. Is the job finished? Right? Job's not finished until you're a world champion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I like that. I like that. And you've got a great mindset, and doing a lot of great work in West Texas. You look at yourself kind of as a role model to the kids in West Texas. If you can become a world champion, kind of give everyone that kind of inspiration. I want to talk to you about that. Like, what would it be like to be the first champion from West Texas? And how much does that mean to you?
Becoming the first world champion, that would be great, because I mean, there's never been a world champion here. And I just think it'd be an inspiration to kids, like I said, and not just to fighters, boxers, but to people in general, to kids, all kids in general, and whatever they do, whether they want to be a musician, um, whether they want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever they want to be in life, artist. Um, and I just want to inspire kids to follow their dreams and to never give up.
We've got plenty of world champions from the DFW area, from Houston, from the Valley, from San Antonio. We got to get one from West Texas, though, right? We got to get someone from Midland or El Paso to get a world title. And right now, you and Michael Dutchover are the best hope right now. And you're off to a great start, 35. And I want to talk to you about something you've been doing in your community that's near and dear to my heart. Because, like I said, we were talking off air, and my wife does a lot of work with food pantries in the Fort Worth area where I live. But um, you were helping feed West Texas, and talk to us about the work that you did and how you got involved in that.
Yeah, so you know, after each fight, I like to celebrate somehow by doing something, by giving back, by volunteering in a charity. And this fight, I was able to volunteer in the West Texas Food Bank, and they distribute to I think 29 counties all over West Texas region. So um, it felt good. It felt good. It feels good to celebrate in that way and to spread positivity, throughout
Yeah,
my community.
and a lot of people, with the price of everything now, a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are having trouble, paying for
Yeah,
simple things like food. So that's a blessing, and that you're able
not,
to do that and help out your community in that way.
yeah, and not a lot of people know about these kind of resources. So I hope that I'm able to reach some people.
That's really good work. I'm glad to hear that you got a champion inside and outside the ring. Lisa, you want to be back twice this year. If you do all that, you'll be 37 and 0, if my math is right.
37-0, yeah.
37 and 0. Um, I mean, I know you see you go 50 and 0, 80 or whatever you have to do. You'll keep pushing along. But do you think 2023 is kind of going to be your breakthrough year? Like that's the year. Like someone's going to have to fight you at this point. Like they can't avoid you forever. Is 2023?
I
Does
hope
that give
so.
you hope?
Still have hope that it may be even this year.
Yeah.
Hope, um, there's still time. So
We
um,
got
I'm hoping
we
that a shot.
we got a few months left, but a lot of times fighters, especially after they've made some money, they don't really like to fight the last month of the year. At Thanksgiving, they want to take the year off. Uh, but obviously, any opportunity if you got a chance to fight Miguel Flores or Abner Mares, obviously, if they wanted to fight on Christmas Day, you would jump at that opportunity, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Um, we got to bring it. We got to bring a world champ to West Texas. That's got to happen.
Yeah,
I wanted. I,
hopefully it happens.
I wanted to get your thought. We were talking about a fight off air that just got pushed back again. Crawford and Spence, fellow Texan. That fight's not going to happen November 19th. What's your thought on Spence Crawford, and do you think we're actually going to get to see the fight at some point in the next 6 months?
Spence Crawford. Uh, well, I'm going for Spence. He's from Texas. Uh, but who knows what's up with that? Maybe they're waiting to build the fight, just kind of like the Mayweather Pacquiao, kind of like the last minute. Uh, but who knows? Who knows? I don't know the insight on that. Hopefully, it does happen. Some people are saying it's Spence. Some people are saying it's Crawford. Um, Now that Crawford is a free agent, it should be easier. Some people are saying that Crawford's asking for too much. I don't know. Really don't know.
Apparently, the holdup, the delay, and I don't get too much into the weeds here, is that there's no guaranteed purse, so it's all on the cut of the pay per view, of the net revenue. And Crawford saying he wants transparency of the expenses, and they're not opening the books to him, and that's what, I don't know. That's what Crawford says. I don't know how much of that's true, but that's what the report says. Um, you know the politics of boxing,
Yeah,
right? I mean, if anyone knows how close it is to get to a super fight and then not get it, I'm
yeah,
talking to the right person, right?
yeah, yeah. That's true. Uh, I hope it happens. I hope it happens. That's a fight that everybody wants to see. They're both the two best fighters in the division. So hopefully it happens.
So Abel Mendoza, 35-0, undefeated. We really can't call you a prospect anymore, right? Is it's just a contender now, featherweight contender, world championship contender. Abel Mendoza, 35-0. Any idea? You said you want to be back by the end of the year, maybe twice. Any idea when and where we'll be able to see you again?
Uh, I really don't know. We're looking at fighting in the works of Colombia. Uh, hopefully, hopefully by the end of October. Uh, if not, there's still other options. Um, but like you know, it's boxing. Hopefully I get something by next week for sure.
Right back in it. No time off, huh, champ? Just on to the next.
On to the next, yeah. Um, on to the next. Try to stay busy and get as many fights as I can this year.
Let me ask you about that, right? Because you just get this great win over a quality opponent, an opponent that we know in
Hmm.
a tough fight. What is that motivation? Okay, let's get right. Let's not celebrate the moment like we won, we got the win. Let's get right back to the gym. Where does that kind of motivation and desire come from?
Well, I did celebrate. I celebrated. That's how I celebrated by
It's,
volunteering at the food bank.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
um, but I just it's what I love to do. It's what I love. It's my lifestyle. Um, and I eat, sleep, and breathe this sport. So it's just, like I said, I love this. I love this, and I love to fight. I wish I could fight every weekend, kind of like the amateurs, but
Yeah. Fight
so
twice in a weekend, right?
yeah,
um, last time we talked, you said anyone, any of the big names. I want to ask you again. Is there anyone specifically at 26, 22, or 30? Like,
hopefully, maybe that Jordan Gill guy. Maybe I could get a fight with him.
you
Uh,
feel confident going into that fight, knowing that you handled the common opponent far better than Jordan Gildo? Is that a fight that
I hope. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they would take it, but I know I would.
at a certain point, if I'm Eddie Hearn, I got Jordan Gill,
Mhm.
and I'm looking at a prospect from the States, 35-0. I can give him an L. That says something for my fighter, right? Like he's got a 35-0 fighter on his resume.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
so Abel Mendoza, Jordan Gill. I don't think they'll fight you this year, but first quarter of 2023, hopefully, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
All right. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. Tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Thank you for having me, and you guys can find me on Instagram. I am King Abel, or Facebook Abel Mendoza.
God bless, champ. Thank you for your time.